next guy coming to the stage. I'm so glad to see him here. You'll see him here, you'll see him there, you'll see him everywhere. It sounds like Dr. Seuss, but it's not. Please put your hands together, everyone, for the one, the only, Richard McCabe.
Thank you so much. Holy shit, we got some funny people here. So, 58 years old, and you know what I like doing with the gas pumps? I'm kidding. But, oh God, so, yesterday, probably one of the best days of my life, or at least in the last 20 years or so. I'm driving down Route 2, okay? I see ahead of me people tapping their lights in an area where there's always state police. It's around the corner, it's Route 2, 190. If people tap their brakes ahead of me, it means there's state police up there with a radar trap. Okay? Nice guy. I roll my window down. There's a white truck coming up alongside of me doing about 80, 85. Speed limit on Route 2 is about 55. I guess that's what the signs say, I don't remember. So I put my hand out the window and I give him the universal slow down. Right? Nice guy. Going out of my way. It's cold out. I have my window open. He comes up next to me, reaches over his wife, flips me the bird, and guns it and takes off. The reason that was the best day of my life is because for the rest of his life, he's going to hear the story about, really, you think your husband is an asshole? Listen to this. For the rest of his, unless he was smart enough to go for a divorce the very next day, the rest of his life, he's going to hear that story. And I only got to get his finger once. That was pretty cool. So I was raised by a single mother and an older sister, which means that I never, ever, ever leave the toilet seat up. But I will fake an orgasm. So, and at 58, that's actually kind of handy. So, it's also why I was 13 years old before I knew I could pee standing up. Thank you very much, Mom. I saw my friend, we were out in the woods, we were snowmobiling, and all of a sudden he took a whiz and he's standing up, and I'm like, that is the most brilliant thing I've ever seen in my life. And I remember asking my mother, you know, when I went into the men's room for the first time a couple months ago all by myself, I asked her why guys were standing up peeing, and she goes, shh, don't say anything to them. That's for guys who have knees that bend the other way. What the hell are you talking about? That was her answer to try to get a few more years out of me, not knowing I could pee standing up. She's a pretty smart woman. Oh, God. So, and also, I know we don't have very many guys here, right? But I remember when I was young, right? Guys used to make decisions. What the hell happened? I know I used to hear my grandfather make decisions. And I know you're outnumbered, so be brave. Are there any guys here that make all the important decisions in their family? It just doesn't happen. A couple shows ago, table right in front of me, the guy asked his wife if he could raise his hand to that question. That's how bad it is, or how good it is, depending on how you look at it. So I was married for 20 years and I wasn't. All right, that made me almost 50 years old and single. I sucked being single when I was in my 20s. I didn't get better after 20 years of marriage. So I meet this girl at work, and we're going out on breaks, and we're talking, and you do the little stupid little talk. You're trying to figure out what you do like and what you don't like. So she goes, well, I don't believe in a TV in a bedroom. And I'm like, oh God, that's a problem, right? I grew up with Johnny Carson every night. This is probably a deal breaker. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. She goes, because there's only two things you do in bed. She goes, you sleep, and I'm thinking, oh shit, you know what? Maybe it's time I grow up and do away with the TV, right? Yeah, don't laugh. She likes reading in bed, actually. Yeah, wasn't really ready for that one. So, and then one day we're standing there, we're having our break, and she looks at me and she goes, so are you more like Howard Stearns or Mr. Clean? I said, Howard Stearns or Mr. Clean? I have no idea what you're talking about. She goes, you know, more like Howard. Oh, you can keep asking me the same questions. I got the same stupid look on my face. I have no idea what you're talking about. She goes, you know, down there, do you shave? And immediately I'm like, hell no. And immediately I'm like, holy shit, I can tell by your face, disappointed. Bad, wrong answer, right? Little Richard hasn't seen action in a long friggin' time, and this mouth just said the wrong friggin' answer. So all day at work, I got hours and hours and hours of, I gotta shave. Not only do I have to shave, but what the hell happened in the last 20 years? I get email, I buy newspapers, I got friends, nobody friggin' said anything about it. So I go home, and again, all day at work, I gotta shave. So I'm at home, and I'm doing the best I can, but I'm on my second roll of toilet paper to stop the bleeding. I think I lost consciousness maybe twice, but I'm feeling pretty sexy. So, the reason I can prove this is actually true is about 8 days later, I'm at Fallon Clinic having a boo-boo looked at that I can't get a good look at. I know there's a cut there, but I can't see that little bastard. I have no idea how bad it is. So I make an appointment. I go in, and the doctor, the nurse comes up, and she goes, I'm sorry, your doctor is really, really busy. Would you mind being seen by a female? I said, I'm 50 years old. I don't give a shit anymore. You violated me every way possible. You know, I take my pants off at the dentist. I don't give a shit. So I go to a lot of dentists, too, by the way. So I go in the exam room. She gives me the little Johnny, which I look so freaking nice in. And so I'm sitting there, and this woman comes in, this doctor, and she is drop-dead gorgeous, 30, 35 years old. And she sits on the little chair, rolls over to the little computer, and she's putting stuff in. And she goes, so I see you have a little bit of a cough. You're concerned about? Yeah. She goes, okay. So she goes, would you mind standing up? So I stand up on the little step next to the bed. She rolls over to me, and her head is here. And she's got Little Richard like nobody's had Little Richard in a long time. And I'm thinking, holy shit, I've dropped $200 at a friggin' strip club. I'm getting this for a $2 copay. Now some of you are thinking, holy shit, that is a good deal, and the other half of you are like, a $2 copay, when the hell did this happen? So, and that's how we can tell how old everybody is here. So she checks it all out, and she's looking, and she's pulling, and she's like, you know what, I think it'll be fine. You just need to make sure that you keep it clean, and then look, oh, it works. It's like, oh, gee, God, that's it. So she takes off. I had no idea what the hell, I left a $20 tip on the exam table. My God. My girlfriend at that time, who's my wife now, my girlfriend, she goes, so how was your doctor's appointment? I said, my doctor's appointment was friggin' amazing. That's how my doctor's appointment was. God. So, anyway, so you know a little bit about me. But, so we did end up getting married, right? But after 5 years, 10 years, things start calming down, right? When you first get together, no matter how old you are, you got sex everywhere, it's intense, it's just ridiculous. At my age and my shape, I wasn't even sure if I was gonna live through some of that shit. As a matter of fact, to this day, my kids think our kitchen table is wobbly just because it's a cheap kitchen table. They have no idea what took place on that kitchen. The other day we're having breakfast, and I kind of bumped the table, and my son's milk kind of did this, and it spilled. And he's like, why don't you guys just buy another kitchen table? And both me and my wife looked at each other and said, memories? So, you know, 10 years, 15 years, I don't want to make it sound like we never have good sex anymore. But right now, actually, it's a damn good Friday night if I could just get her to cheer me on while I'm rubbing one off. I'm not proud of it. I'm just saying that that's kind of where we are. Although, I have to give her some credit. Last Valentine's Day, I get a card from her, and it says, make sure you have next weekend off and that you're not on call. Awesome, right? When you're in your 50s and your wife, she goes, we're going to the Poconos. Nice. Everybody here aware of the Poconos? Yeah. Because there's an age thing there. There's a lot of people who have no idea what the Poconos are about. So, when your wife makes arrangements to go to the Poconos, there's probably going to be sex, and there's a wicked good chance she's going to help. So, you can't take shit for granted, all right? So we go there, we dance, because in my jokes I can dance, and we go back to the room, and there's a hot tub. We hop in the hot tub. We get out of the hot tub. We hop on the bed, and we're making love. And we're you know, you're not there. Trust me, I was doing a good job. But it was really weird because she wasn't looking at me. She's looking by me, and she's never done that before. So it's like, wow, what the hell's going on? All of a sudden it dawns on me, holy shit. There is a huge friggin' mirror on the ceiling over this bed. Yeah. You know what? When you're in your 20s or 30s, there might be something in that mirror somebody wanted to see. When it's the backside of this, there's nothing in that mirror anybody should have to see. I looked to see what she was looking at, and I screamed like a 14-year-old girl. But, and I'll leave you with this story. When we got there, she gives me this little box, and it's wrapped. Right? It's a little present. She goes, here, open it. So I open it, and it's a G-string. It's a male G-string. And she goes, you put it on, that'll be sexy. I'm not thinking sexy is gonna come into this whole equation. She goes, come on, do it. I'm like, honey, I love you more than the air I breathe. There is no way this is gonna go on this body. She's like, come on, honey, please, it'll be sexy. The friggin' damnedest thing in the world is, I put it on, we never saw it again. I have no idea where the hell it went. You guys have been absolutely awesome. Thanks so much for coming out tonight and listening. Thank you.
Richard McCabe, everyone! Gonna keep the show moving right along. This next comic coming to the stage is my co-part, my partner.